Listen, I do not trip or even care if she slept with a lot of these men, right? I don't care. I don't care how much partner she has. The fact of the matter is she's been with over 50 dudes a week. 50 dudes a week. It's a dang shame. I don't understand why. But it just goes to show you, some people want what they can't have. We've always been in that frame of mind, in that same state of mind. I don't know why, because like every woman that I know, there's a lot of women that I did want. Most of it was just from looks, but at the same time, I know but here's the thing, I feel a certain type of energy. When I feel a certain type of energy, I don't care what that person look like. If the energy and the vibe is off, that attraction quickly goes down in the toilet. That's just how I am. So, because I want to know who I am dealing with in my life, that I bring in my life. Oh, they're beyond crazy. I don't know what's up with people nowadays. None of them are real. None of them are real. This internet's acting stupid. The weather is fine. It's clear. It's just the internet is just acting dumb, like it always do. It always be acting stupid. For some weird reason, it was clear this morning, then later in the day it wants to act like total garbage. I'm just wanting to play Call of Duty. I'm just trying to play Call of Duty. They don't want me to play my game. No, it's cutting in and out of stream. I don't know why it's out of sync, but it's whatever. All right, back to what we was talking about. So people just love what they cannot have. There's dudes out there, people that will pay for what they don't have. They will take loans to get what they don't have. The one thing about it is, to me, I know people ask me like, does a woman gotta make a certain length of money? She gotta have a job, at least. She gotta have a career and a job. She can't just want to be a housewife. I'll be honest with you, because I don't want that. I don't want to stay at home housewife. I don't want that at all. I want her to have a career and some form of goals and aspirations for herself. People think I'm crazy for that. That I'm delusional for that. Well, I guess I'm one delusional. I guess I'm a delusional ass guy, because that's what I want. I can't see myself being with someone who only wants to get over on somebody. That they just want to live their life on recruit difficulty, on easy street. No. They ain't got to do much. They just got to look pretty. That's it. Like, no. Because I think I see in this video, and that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. That's exactly what I want. And I tell somebody, I tell women that And they say I'm asking for too much. How am I asking for too much? How am I asking for too much? You tell me. How am I asking for too much? So you think you can just pull the baddest chick in, like, so you think you want to be ASAP Rocky trying to pull Rihanna? That's exactly what you want. You want to pull a girl that looks just like Rihanna. That looks like Ice Spice. That looks like Chloe Bailey. Nate, here's the thing. All those kind of women, they're not dating average men. They're not being with average men. I've never seen one they said they want an average guy. Rihanna said in one interview, and with Ellen DeGeneres, she said she just wants a good quality man. It don't matter what type of career he has. But then she ends up having babies with ASAP Rocky, so absolutely the money does matter. He can't be a broke boy. He gotta be he gotta be rich. He gotta be a thug or something. He can't be a Drake or a Chris Brown, because those don't feel any remote of attraction. She wants a guy that's like ASAP. Why? Because he has a bad attitude. He doesn't care. It's the rude boy that she wants. That's why she got 2 children with him. It's exactly what she wants. And he got money. Tell me if I'm lying that's the type of guy that fits well for her. Well, plus she's from Barbados. She's from Barbados. She grew up in the rough slums of Barbados. She wants guys that she want a guy that's also hood. She wants a guy that's a hood guy. She wants a guy that's a street dude. ASAP Rocky. Perfect man for her. Her son looks just looks like ASAP. It doesn't look nothing like her. No. That kid got his forehead and his forehead and his teeth. What about his face? What about his face and his teeth? He got that from ASAP. But I'm telling you, Rihanna, she doesn't. I hate when some women say they want a good, calm, nice guy, which is a lie. Most women don't want that because it's easy. They're easy to they're easy to get taken advantage of because they don't know how to stand on their own 2 feet and say and call someone out on their BS. Women don't want a guy that can't stand up for himself. I used to have been so jealous of my brother because he always got more girls than me. Because I was a good guy, I was completely different. But a lot of girls liked him because not only his looks, because he just didn't, he had the I don't give a damn attitude. He always fought people, never want to listen to nobody. So obviously, if he doesn't like listen to nobody, what makes you think he's gonna listen to his girl? Absolutely not. And the women liked that, and the women loved it. They felt adored for it. Listen, he bagged one of my best friends, one of my twin best friends. When my brother dumped her, she was mad at me. She was trying to cuss me out for it. To me, I was just, am I kind of an innocent bystander in that situation? Yeah, I'm an innocent bystander, right? Had no parts of any of that. That's not right, though. I told her, listen, I can't control what my brother does. If you fell for his spell, what am I supposed to do about that? You fell for my brother. I told you exactly how he is. You say he wasn't a guy. You said he wasn't nothing. A guy that always does bad and disrespects women. Then you wind up falling for him. You end up wind up dating him. Whose fault is that? But I couldn't hate. Remember I told you the girl I had a crush on with, Kayla? Who rejected me in public at school? In front of all of my homeboys, and they all laughed at me for it? It wasn't just her. Her friend just scooped in. She just scooped in the whole thing. She instigated, eavesdropped it. I mean, her friend was just as bad as her, but I didn't care. I got rejected by the chick that I had a crush on. I low key liked her friend too, because her friend was bad too. But still, because like Kayla, she's black and Hispanic. Her friend was straight up Hispanic. She was like, this guy, hell no! You better leave my friend alone. We're leaving. She's like, okay, like, can I have your number or your social media? She's like, 1-800, no, hell no. She's like, sorry, she's like, sorry, not interested. Her friend says she's not interested. And then she just laughed and gone along with it. But was payback a year later, during my senior year. She got pregnant by a dude from our school that didn't give a dang about her on the football team. He didn't want to have a kid with her. Yeah. Fuck, I dodged a bullet. Then, fast forward, I think I already told you the full story. Fast forward in college. Fast forward in college. Ah, dang. Someone watched the nuke? We lost and they watched the nuke. Ah. Alright. Yeah, we lost. Okay. Oh, no, we still won. Even though, no, we launched the nuke. Someone on our team launched the nuke and we won. Okay. So, fast forward. So the girl that I had a crush on, really, I seen her like 1 year in college. Like I told you. Got a knock on my door. By all the women in the world, it was her. Then she said, is Rashad here? I was like, my brother? Then my brother was in a robe, like with no drawers on, because I know my brother, he knows when he's gonna get some. So he's gonna, either he has a robe, he has his drawers on, he ain't got nothing under it. He was like, oh yeah, yeah bro, I'm about to get this chick up here right now. So pretty much, you already know the drill. You can play a video game, do whatever you want. And my brother, and I know my brother, he boned her. I know he slept with her. I know it. Like I know my brother. I know this nigga. Every chick that he get in the room, and it's worse that because we shared a room. That was even worse. I told my brother that I had a crush on her and I liked her. It's like, bro, I liked her. I actually had a crush on this woman. She was like, oh, sheesh. Well, I mean, you didn't say anything. If it makes you feel better, she's trash in bed. I'm like, man, he's like, bruh, he's like, he said her boobs was, her when he took her top of her boobs looked ugly. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, why would you do that to me? My brother didn't care, because I knew my brother all my life, so he's open. Of course, he's open to tell me all that. He don't care. This ain't the first time he didn't care. But at the same time, I couldn't get mad at him. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I guess I was too nice to her. And I'm still learning, like, listen, some of these women, can't be too nice to them. You can't do it. You can't do that. Be kind, be a good person, but don't let her play with you. I did that to my ex-girlfriend. with Sarah. I told her I ain't gonna take none of your crap. I will drop you in a hot second if you keep playing with me. Then she started blowing up my phone afterwards. She's like, no, I'm sorry, I miss you, this, that, and third. Then I started knowing her calls, and I had almost 35 different text messages from her. What I did, it works. Literally, if every man start doing that, I think they'll have much more better relationships. And I've learned that now. And vice versa, women, like, sometimes women gotta do that too. You can't handle when a man's trying to play you. You gotta say, listen, man, you keep playing games, I'm gonna dip on you and get with your friend. Once you could say, listen, you could say, I'm gonna get with somebody else. He may not care that much. But you say you can get with his best friend? Oh, he's gonna really be heated. He's like, man, now I gotta compete with my friend? No, I'm keeping you. Now I gotta compete with my friend to keep you. Because I know my homeboy will get with her. I know what you're thinking, that ain't no real friend at all. Here's the thing. Goes back to the caveman ages. Men think out of instincts. They will lose a friend, they will drop a friendship over getting some sex any given minute. I know it. They will willingly drop a whole entire 23-year friendship over some booty. Sadly, dudes get shot and killed over not only just money, they get shot and killed over women too. There's a jealousy, right? Had this happened? Haven't we seen this happen time and time again on the news? Men get shot and killed over other black men because he stole his girlfriend. He got mad and jealous, so he went and just got a gun and went and popped him, went and smoked him. He went and smoked him for it. He was like, no, I'm not gonna let you live. I'm getting you out of here. I'm smoking you. I'm killing you. It's a sad reality, but it's true. But get this though, for women, some women they can't handle being cheated on. They will not let you live on this earth knowing that you cheated on them. They will smoke you over it. They will literally kill you over it. They will smoke them over it. They will kill them. I know. Some people, they just can't handle, they can't handle it. Especially in long relationships. I haven't been in a relationship in like since 2020. No, I have, my bad. I've been in a relationship in next week will be 9 months. I've been single for almost 9 months now. But what I don't understand with certain women that feel like they're attracted to me, why is some of the women, no disrespect, why is some of the women that end up liking me and want to be with me, they're still married in the process of getting divorced? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. That's what happened to my ex Sarah. She was still legally married, saying she was at the process of getting divorced. Dang, I got knives. Man, that sucks. Like, this Call of Duty game. Oh, designer, you heard that? You heard the news? He got caught masturbating on a public airplane. Because literally he was a... I'm telling you, Jasmine, dudes is horn dogs. They know. Dudes will sacrifice their own sanity over getting some booty from a woman. They just don't care. Most men can't do that. There's some men that can't handle it. That's why I can't say what people do is wrong when they say they rather just they would just hook up on the first night. I can't hate on that. That's what they want to do. That's fine. I tell them I recommend just use protection if excuse me. I can't say what they're doing is wrong because I did that with Ty, and when I did that with my ex-girlfriend, and me and her were together after that for like 5 or 6 months. But Jasmine, think about this though. When it comes to situations like that, it's all out of male instinct. Remember you was in high school. Men, that's where the hormones start kicking in. No, I think male hormones start kicking in when they start really be infatuated with women at like age 10 years old. At least I think boys were still they was still like toys and whatnot, but then they start liking girls after like the age of 9 or even 10 years old. I think I started liking girls when I was like 9.5 to 10. Then I got my first kiss when I was like 13. I used to date this goth chick. I think her name was Look at her name. I know you're thinking, Larry, why are you dating gothic women? I was in middle school. It just happened. Because I was literally, I literally thought that she was a Hispanic gothic chick. She looked bad. I ain't gonna lie. She would always dress up as Harley Quinn, like literally, because she said that was her favorite character. Me and her, we kissed one time. I think we made out one time. I think she was the first woman I ever made out with. But then things started getting bad until her parents found out that me and her were in a relationship. Then she started doing a 180 with her personality. She started wearing, she stopped wearing the gothic stuff. She started wearing a jumpsuit, looked like she's in a cult. Started yelling at me, saying I was nothing, I hate you, this, that, and third. And after I broke up with her, because then she started changing her whole personality. I did not like how she became. I didn't like it. Then I dumped her. I think that was like the last time I ever saw her. Oh well. Because I remember like one of my friends from elementary school going, I think she's now 32. She told me she's never had a boyfriend or never been in a relationship. I think she told me, what advice can you tell me about wanting to be with someone and date someone? Because I think she's also, because I was in special ed classes, right? So pretty much, she asked me like, well, I don't know if I would ever get married or be in a relationship. I told her, do you ever see yourself wanting to be with someone and have kids? even though you have a physical you have a disability, because she has a disability with her hand and whatnot, and it kind of messes with her walking as well. But I told her don't let that stop you. My friend Kim from college. Well, one of my friends, Kim from college, had the same disability you have. She's married with 3 kids and she's happy. She's totally happy. I told her don't ever say that there's not gonna be someone for you, because there is. I told her the one thing that you definitely have that a lot of women don't have. You have natural, long, luxurious hair. Naturally grown hair. You know, a lot of women, not a lot of black women can do that. Like, they can. Yeah. And honestly, part of me, I kind of did like her, because she liked me at first, actually. But I guess she kind of got over it. I told her one thing that you do have that a lot of, I ain't gonna say, and this is true, this is by far. Usually a lot of black women have big butts, but not really. But my friend, she did. I told her you can still get a guy, definitely. You can. You just need the right one. But then she feel like I can't really do much for myself, because I always need someone's help physically. I told him, listen, don't let that stop you. That's just part of your disability. There's nothing you can do out of that. Make the best out of any situation that you can. Like, when I talk, like, I know this is getting kind of like off topic, so I was talking to my brother's his baby mama, right? We talked about him being in school. He kind of doesn't feel like he's very confident talking to other kids socially, because and he has a little bit of a learning disability. So now she has him in special ed classes, which she feel like she's embarrassed to put him in special needs classes. And I told her, why? Why do you feel ashamed? Why? I love my nephew. Regardless if he has a disability or not, that's my nephew. I love him to death. And plus, I told her I recommend you should put him in special ed classes. And I told her, she was like, why do you feel that way? Guess one person who been through K and 12 all of his life in special ed classes, never been in regular ed classes at all, really. I made maybe one regular ed class. You know what it was? It was me. I've been to special needs classes all my life, from K to 12. I turned out fine. And plus, you have one-on-one teacher. You're in a small room with less than, like, my experience being in special ed classes, there's less than like 10 people in one class, 10 kids in one class. In regular ed classes, usually there'd be like a class full of like 20 to 25 to 30 kids. Or no, that's a little bit too much. Maybe like 20, 25 kids. Name one time that the teacher actually had to focus and help one person in that class. It's kind of hard. You seem like you have to either wait until class is over, or you have to go to tutoring just to get more one-on-one sessions with that teacher to explain what they just did during the lesson. You should. I did. And I did that. I did tutoring, and I was in special ed classes. But yeah, I still had friends. It didn't affect it. It didn't really affect me socially. Now the one thing about it too, with my nephew, he would have to learn how to build social skills for himself, because as a kid he's learning. As a kid, right? He's now learning that. I saw Bonita. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. But at the same time, he had to learn for himself how to have to build confidence in himself to being around people. Well, it was kind of hard for him to understand that, because we have never endured a worldwide pandemic. We were all locked up in the house for 3 years. Kids didn't. There's kids that had graduation at a prom. Didn't even have a graduation or a prom during the pandemic. They just got their diplomas and just said bye. That sucks. That's why I'm grateful that I went to prom and I had a grad night, because those are both memorable moments with my friends from high school. Even though they all branched out and lived their own lives, have I talked to a lot of my friends from high school? Barely. But I think that happens to everybody. Like once you get out of high school, most of the people that you did talk to, you don't even talk to them really like that anymore. Yeah, because when high school, it's been years since I only spoke to like maybe, how many friends in high school? Maybe like 1 or 2 people, at the least 3. But other than that, no more than that. Most of the people I used to talk to, never seen them again. Yeah. It's been years. Literally, it's been years. A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. But what about his face and his skin complexion? That's A$AP. Come on. I agree. There's no shame in special ed classes. Yep. Issa Bonita. Yeah, I agree. There's nothing wrong with the special ed classes. You go ahead. But dang. Now, do you think it's gonna affect him when he get older? Think it's gonna affect him getting girls though? The one thing, I think someone asked me, like, Larry, when you ever have children, what advice you're gonna give to your kids on dating? If you have a daughter, you would still have to talk to them about dating and relationships. The one thing I could tell my kids that I had to tell them: make whatever decision that's right for you. I can't tell you who you can and cannot be with, because even if I do, or I'll cut you off from that person, you're gonna still see him anyway. Because all I'm gonna be doing is just pushing you into their arms, and I can't do that. Even my dad and my mom told me that. He's like, never do that to a kid, because that's how they start resenting you. That's how they start rebelling and they start resenting you. And they're right. I would never do that. But for me, I feel like when it comes to the dating world, if I have to explain to my kids, I tell them tread very lightly, be very careful. Now, if I tell my son, if my wife tells him you got to be extremely nice to a woman and bend over backwards for them, I'm gonna tell him the opposite. I'm like, son, don't listen to what your mom says. He's like, why? Because as a man, she doesn't know what a man's thinking. She's a woman, but she'll never understand what a man's thinking, and vice versa. A man will never understand what a woman is thinking and what they feel, and it's always going to be that way. Now, in her mind, as me being kind and nice to her, she's gonna say you need to be with a woman that's kind. You got to be nice. You got to be kind. You got to be respectful. You got to open the door. You got to do chivalry. This, that, and third. I'm gonna tell him, don't do all that. Yes, respect women and be there for them. But the kindness, keep that shit to a certain level. Keep that to a certain extent, because women don't like that. I've learned that. I mean, I was a boy just like you. I did the exact same thing. When my mom first said, be nice, bend over women, compliment her, this, that, and third. Didn't get me anywhere but friend zone. Didn't get me anywhere. Because if a woman likes you, you ain't gotta really do much. If anybody likes you in general, you really don't have to bend over backwards or try as hard. You really don't have to. When you let things happen, you let things come around and come in naturally. That's how it should be. Now, if regardless of if the chick looks pretty, she got a nice body, got maybe a booty, maybe some big boobs, I don't care, pretty fit, I don't care. Don't let no one disrespect you. I don't care who it is, don't let anyone disrespect you. I've learned that the hard way. I let women, like, remember Shannon? I don't know why I kept tolerating so much, because a lot of times she was being disrespectful to me. I don't know why I kept taking it from her. Then one time I couldn't take her crap anymore, even at work, and I went off on her. She did not know how to respond to that. And I told her, I'm sick and tired of dealing with your crap, and I'm gonna drop you. You keep playing with me. And then she said, then she finally said, I'm sorry. Exactly. But then she had the nerve to go and say, Larry, this is the type of man you have to be. Keep this way. Don't let any woman play you like this. But I can't get too mad at her, because what she was saying is right. Because part of that, I have to take a form of accountability. I think that's a big part of growing up, is learning to take accountability. Even though I don't like Samantha Lee and what she did to Tyrese, but there's some things that she said in her videos that make sense. On both sides, both people got to be held accountable. Yes, that is true. I give her credit for that. You're still a messed up person for doing what you did to Tyrese. But what you're saying, you're not lying. He made a choice to be with her. Yes, he did. He laid down and made a baby with her. He could have said no. I don't want to marry you. I don't want to have a kid with you. He easily just said no. But he did it anyway. But here's the thing. Now I think I looked at Pink Book Lessons. You can look her up too. Now she's on both sides of the spectrum, not only just on a male side, but on a female's perspective as well. There was one part that Tyrese said in a clip in one of his Instagram videos. He said, me and her sweared on the grace of God to be together and never think about divorce. You know what she said? No, Tyrese, you thought of that. She got you. She played you. She just went along with it. She didn't agree with none of that. She wanted your money. She played you like a sap and just said, yeah, I agree. That's it. And she still dumped you. And you owe her over $250K in child support back pay. You know how much money that is? I would literally. You think my hairline is gone? That mess would have been easily disappeared if I had to owe that much to back taxes from my baby mama. That would suck. She would have been garnished all of my wages. If any job I go to, any occupation job that I go to, she is gonna garnish my wages quick as heck to the point where I barely even get a dime to pay my own bills. All my money will go to her. Because, Jasmine, let's keep it a buck here. Usually a lot of family courts, in that type of situation, the woman benefit out of a divorce in that situation than a man does. I'm telling you, people think I'm lying. They can call me a misogynist all they want, but it's true. Most women, when it comes to the divorce, they benefit way more than a man does. They do. Now, let's play devil's advocate. In certain fields and occupations when it comes to the workforce, it's sad to say, but a lot of men get more benefits and perks than women do when it comes to the workforce. It's messed up, but it's true. That's why we have the gender pay gap. Right or wrong? But let's also keep it a buck too. Certain people, the reason why they'll complain about not getting a higher wage and not want to go to other jobs that pay a lot more is because it's a lot more dangerous jobs that may be strenuous and it's too hard for them. Because there's some people that want to do underwater welding or welding in general. Do you know how dangerous that job is? I've seen South Beach Tow. You ever seen them Op Repo? That is a dangerous job. They say you being a repo man is just as bad as you being a police officer. Because there's some people that they will literally shoot and kill you over you taking their car. And it's their own fault for them not paying their bills. That's their own fault. But they don't care. But then I seen this episode with my dad, right? So this dude, he went and put 25-inch rims on his truck, and he missed 3 months of paying his car payment. And he had the nerve to be he had the nerve to be mad at the repo man and taking his car. And he said, "You know how much money I put into this car?" But he couldn't put that in a car payment. He literally fought the repo guy over that. There was one. I know this is scripted, but I think this be true. There was one also one part of the episode on the same episode. So it was another SUV getting towed, right? This guy, there was 3 women that came out of the club, right? They said they come out of the club, and they was getting their truck repossessed. They was getting their truck towed from being in the wrong area. And you gotta either pay $100 to get it right there to the repo man, or they gotta pay $200 when they go to their impound lot. So then they got mad. Then their pimp came along. The pimp see that. They were hoes. They were prostitutes. They were sex workers. They were streetwalkers. So they were they got mad. He got mad. He went and put a knife and almost about to cut the person's neck open, just for them saying, "You better not take my car." Ain't that something? All over you can't even handle your bills, and you mad that they took your car. See, people just don't. I don't get people nowadays. They're just wrong. There's a lot of people that make a grip of bad choices. They make a lot of them. I know. I know. So Jasmine, because you know, also, I think like I've been on, like, I still be on dating apps. You know that. There's some dating apps I don't understand. I tell people this all the time. I'll be honest with you. I keep it $1.50, and I'm always honest with you. For a man, I think it's way more harder to look for dating on an app than it is for ladies. They have more quantity, but less quality. But men don't have quality or quantity, because they don't even get a message a lot of times. If people saying I'm lying, I dare them to do this. I tell any woman this: take an average man's photo and make a fake burner profile on Tinder. See how many likes and view and comments you get. There was actually an experiment of someone actually doing it on YouTube. You know what she said? She's like, I feel bad for you, man. I couldn't even get one message. I was swiping right to anything. I was literally swiping right to any and anything that I can at least talk to. Like, you men got it bad. Now I see where you guys are coming from. Even some lesbian women, they even said that like women. They say at average. They hate putting up, they say, listen, I feel where you guys are coming from. Putting up with some women shit is annoying. And I'm a woman myself. But get this though, okay. So try this then. Try to take an attractive male looking picture. He looks like he's really good. He's physically fit. Got a good clean face, or he has a beard. Got a good build. He looks buff. Look like he got a good amount of money. Watch how much likes you're gonna get. Watch how much likes that fake picture of a guy is gonna get. A lot. If it's average man, no, not much. Okay, let's flip the Uno reverse card. When a woman gets on dating apps, right? You just post regular pictures. It don't matter if you're good looking or not. You will get messages from a lot of dudes. Yeah, because now the one thing about it, of course, with dating apps, now what's gonna make her dating app more different than the ones that are already out? I mean, it's gonna be better than Tinder, but here's the thing, though. Now we gotta see it. Her competition may be BLK black, because it's mainly black African Americans, because I don't think I've really seen a lot of. Have you really on Kendra G's live streams, have you really seen any other opposite races be on her stream other than black people? Not really. A couple. Because I know if she's gonna have a dating app, she gotta think of these things when it comes to competing in the market. If she is, it's trying to have people get like, no, yes she is. If she, Jasmine, no, what? Let me stop that. No. listen to me. It's a business. She says she puts her money into her business. Yes, that's gonna matter because she's trying to compete in the market and make sales. Then what's the point of her having an app in the App Store, Jasmine? What's the point of even having it on there? She wants to compete in the market and try to get more singles and get more sales. That's the point, yeah. What what about like Tinder, Zeus, Match.com, Christian Mingle? Now, what I've also seen, which she needs to critique and work on too. What about people that are on like if they're bi, gay, or transsexual? Because I haven't seen any transsexuals on hers. I haven't seen any transgender women on there or transgender males. She has transgender people. What about asexual? No, that guy just needs serious help. He just needs some form of mental help. This guy he's not gonna find anyone that's gonna like boning a horse. Literally, no. He got serious. He just needs help. Jasmine, you know me and you know he needs some serious help. He just needs counseling. What I don't like with Jasmine, with a lot of these apps, I don't like that everything. I don't like what all these apps have. There's a lot of restrictions, and they're saying in order to get everything out of the app, you have to pay a subscription fee for it. It's like everything is a subscription service. That's the new norm out of everything, because they know companies, they can literally make more money off of people paying monthly than for a one-time fee. They know they can make a lot more money. That's why they'll make it free to download and use, but then pay for in-app purchases, because that's the new wave. That's the new wave out of everything. Come on, tell me I'm lying. Because of course I got a whole bunch of paid subscription services. Even for my music, I have like plugins and stuff for me to make sounds, but it's like paid subscription services. Now, well, she should make it free for people to try, and don't put so much restrictions on it, and have people opt in if they want to get into a subscription service fee to pay each month. Because I know that's what she'll make a good grip of money from, of course, in-app purchases and people paying monthly. You're gonna make a lot of money for that too. So, because I don't know if she should make everything like free on her app, because they're gonna be a whole bunch of scammers and a whole bunch of bots and a whole bunch of spammers. She gotta make it free to a certain extent. She would have to still put some in-app purchases on there or a subscription fee service to weed out all the fake bots and have the actual people that are looking for somebody, because they're paying money for it. So obviously you're gonna put them with people that are much more better and engaged with wanting to have a connection with someone, versus people that are just using it for free to just scan and get anybody. Like Tinder. Because Tinder, how many scammers have we seen on Tinder? Jasmine, how many scammers have we seen on Plenty of Fish? I've heard stories about Plenty of Fish. Jasmine, I seen someone on the news literally staged a home invasion and trapping a guy off of Plenty of Fish. They literally plotted out a whole home invasion, and this girl found him on Plenty of Fish. That's messed up. There was one guy that literally, he was a mass murderer. He killed multiple women, and all he used was he met them all on Match.com. Met all of his victims on Match, because he knows a lot of women, a lot of people that's on Match.com are lonely and desperate, like I was. That will pay a whole bunch of money just to try to hopefully get somebody to talk to him. That's how he knows he can easily get his victims. He was literally recruiting girls every other week and killing them. And I think he killed over 30 different women. Some people will. No, Jasmine, don't say that. Some people will. It's just the mass majority won't. The mass majority won't. Then those people you gotta put restrictions on. You can use the app, but for certain, but a lot of some certain features won't be available unless you pay for the premium price, which is fair. That's understandable. But that's in anything. Like, say if me and you, like, we have a business, right? We can have. We're selling like a certain product, like we're selling cologne, or we're selling some form of like lotions and stuff like that, right? We would definitely make so much more money and better quality clientele charging monthly than it is for people getting it out of a one-time fee purchase. Because when people pay regularly, though, like subscription fees wise, then they're pretty much your regulars. Those people like your bread and butter. They're the ones who pay your bills. Now, what I'm gonna do pretty soon, I'm definitely gonna announce, in order for me to really sustain myself from really being on YouTube, and I really want to make this and also focus and grow this, I may not be a YouTube partner, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna launch and make a Patreon. Because with Patreon, it don't matter how much subscribers you have or followers. That doesn't matter. It's basically, here's how it goes. You make an account, you can set up perks of whatever content that you make. Now, I would have to make exclusive content for people who really like my content very much. Now, the one thing I'm gonna offer that I won't have on YouTube, discounts on my merch and exclusive videos that I don't have available on YouTube. I'm gonna do my three random game videos and play in my horror games. I'm gonna do that on my Patreon. And if not only that, I'm gonna also go back to playing Mortal Kombat, but I cannot play Mortal Kombat on YouTube at all. They take my videos down. But for some weird reason, they take my videos down. That's why I'm gonna have them on my Patreon when I make it. If people like it, they want to see me like react and have fun playing Mortal Kombat, subscribe to my Patreon. It'll be $1 a month. You're giving them perks. You're giving them incentives of why they should pay for your content. Because YouTube, they're trying to compete with YouTube's trying to compete with Patreon with members only. But you have to have 10,000 subscribers in order to have members only. Or you can have a Patreon, Jasmine, or a members only. You could have, or I might, but I'll have a members only when I have 10,000 subs. When I get 10,000 subs, I'll have a Patreon and I'll have a members only. I'll still put the same content of my 3 random games in horror games on my members only. Now I can put my Mortal Kombat. Now here's the thing, see, I can put Mortal Kombat, but I just can't put it as regular. They say you can play Mortal Kombat with all the fatalities and all, but you have to do it on members only. You can't do it in regular. No, because then I'll get my video sucking down. Because the fatalities, they're just too damn graphic. Which I find weird. How could my videos get took down on Mortal Kombat that shows a lot of gore and violence, but my videos of Gears of War are still up with a whole bunch of gore and violence on that? I don't understand that. And Gears is just brutal. Gears brutally kills. You be chainsawing people, blowing people up, body parts everywhere. It's very gory because you see like the meat of people's body parts everywhere. And what I might do, I want to go back and play in reactions to doing SMW ROM hacks. The ROM hacks that I played in a lot of troll ROM hacks of Mario. Some tells me I can't play them on regular YouTube by some weird reason. I don't know if Nintendo's gonna try to copyright, like take them down my video, like those videos, because I guess they're saying that, oh, you're pirating our game. We don't like it. So I'll just have it on my Patreon. I'm like, because I'm not selling hacked ROM games or playing ROM hacks. I'm just playing them. But for some weird reason, Nintendo doesn't like that. So I'll just have that for my Patreon. So that's one of my goals, and I don't want to be BS on it, because you always gotta set goals for yourself. Biggest goal, I want to launch my website. Second goal this year, by the end of this year, going on to next year, I want to make a Patreon. So if people want to support me, they can go to my Patreon. I tell people because right now, because I know even if I be a partner on YouTube, Jasmine, I don't know if a lot of my videos is going to be demonetized, because YouTube, they be on some bull crap. Even with certain levels of profanity, because they'll literally demonetize your video in a hot quickness. Now, but they said they lightened up on it. You can cuss, but just you can't do it in the first 30 seconds of the video. But to me, I don't even trust that. I think they'll flat out demonetize you. If you talk about anything that's really political or revolves around the LGBTQ community in any way, YouTube easily take your ad revenue away. They demonetize your video. They quickly either they make a limited ad stability, or they just flat out just demonetize it. You can't make no money off of it. Or what they will do, they'll age restrict your video. Because you know what happens when they age restrict videos, right? Your video pretty much gets... No, listen. Your YouTube video is still up, but now the views are dead in the water. No one's gonna see it. It's not gonna be anyone's recommended, none of that. Depends. No, it depends. It can get age restricted, but it won't matter, because then you're not gonna get none of the viewership for it. The video is gonna be dead in the water. Corey Ketcher, he complained about it. He said literally one of his videos, he was playing a horror video. He was playing a horror game. He doesn't cuss. He's a God-fearing man. He edits cuss words out of his videos. He played one horror game. It got age restricted. The reason why it shows some form of depression. When they say it shows some, they said it was either some self-harm, or it was well, 9 times he said it was pretty much, it showed a sign like psychological issues or some form of depression. That's when they age restricted the video. They never took it down, but he couldn't get no ad revenue off it anymore. And that video was dead in the water. He couldn't get any more views. And this guy has over 20 million subscribers, and he was complaining about that. Because Corey Kitchen, he's big on YouTube. Because one of his videos, he got #1 on trending that was above Drake's music videos. You know how popping you gotta be to be above Drake? What, PewDiePie? Markiplier?
Mission compromised. We have defeated.
Plus, he's from New York. Who is it? I Show Speed, no, that I Show Speed is just crazy. He's big, but not in a good way. Not in a good way, he's big. Who? Kai Sanat? How much subs he got? Is he on Twitch? I bet you he's on Rumble. I know the reason why. Usually when people ban off of Twitch, he might get on Rumble. Because usually when people get banned on Twitch, they'll go to Rumble because because it's the Wild West. Yeah, Aiden Rossi's banned too. Him, Sneeko too. They've all been banned off of it.
Your task is to destroy all threats.
Covering the six.
We have the lead.
Fire! Changing mags! Molotov, get back! Grenade! Enemy in the area! Switching mags! Subjects out! Healing up!
Deploy. Spotter.
Requesting recon flyover!
Copy that.
Combat incoming! Changing mags! Combat! Combat! Run something! Get stitched up! Fire on them!
9 times out of 10, people usually get banned from Twitch. Well, it's numerous reasons, but the number one reason people get banned off of Twitch is it could be because of copyrighted music. Because now the record labels are starting to get hard on people. They're starting to get hard on Twitch. Of course, they're hard on Amazon.
Changing mags!
Oh no, the record labels know they ain't making that much money. They're not buying music anymore, Jasmine. They're not physically buying copies of music anymore. That's non-existent. No, listen, Jasmine. The only genres that actually still buy physical copies is country and K-pop, and they have the numbers to show for it. That's why K-pop makes way more money than R&B, rap, and gospel combined. Because K-pop, not only they get streaming numbers, they get physical copies. They get physical copy numbers too. That's all over the world.
Hostile UAV overhead.
Europe. You kind of grew.
Overclock.
Thermite incoming!
Watch out, Captain.
Well, because a lot of, a lot of different genres, Jasmine. These businesses, they are all not religious. They don't care. All they care about is money. They will do in and anything just to get a dollar, and they do not care. You don't have to give up, but Jasmine, you don't have to give up what you enjoy just for only just your religious beliefs. No, you don't. You can still like it. You just don't have to like the artist. Then choose different artists. It's not every single one.
Drone in this sector. Friendly vehicle entering this sector.
Enemy in the area!
Of course, always keep your faith. Yes.
The mission is half complete. Finish it.
They tagged me!
UAV standing by.
Copy. UAV orbiting the AO.
Yeah.
Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Enemy close!
Yeah, with certain because to me, like for me, I like listening to all genres. I always love listening to gospel and whatnot. The only thing about it is when it comes to because there's certain gospel that still does not matter. It just because they're talking about gospel, like God and gospel in their music, that doesn't mean anything, because they're still a lot of them are still about money. They're still about the same greed. So
Hostile UAV overhead.
Shots! Destroyed the area!
mm-hmm.
Back it up!
And let's not forget, Beyonce did a little bit of gospel. Then, no, I'm just saying, Beyonce before she did do gospel at some point, but then she stopped doing that.
Aho! Same side! Enemy spotted! Checking back! Incoming! Watching us!
Важня, UAV ready for testing.
Requesting recon at my location.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
Hostile UAV in the sector. Hostiles called in an airstrike.
UAV is being fueled. RTB at this time.
Subjects up!
Hostile UAV active.
Friendly fire, asshole!
Enemy!
Thermite! Throwing flash grenade! Taking effective fire!
They're gaining ground. Don't stop.
Stun grenade!
I want to ask them how much money they spent on Beyonce, because that's like over $1,000. I heard it was like over for her tickets, each tickets, Jasmine, each tickets they said she won over $800 for a single ticket to a Beyonce concert. Over $800. You can look it up. They said that. And the airfare, and the hotel accommodations. What I don't understand. The problem is, like I said, some people, they just want to be followed. They literally worship the stuff that the celebrities walk on. They literally worship the ground that they walk on. I don't know why. Celebrities are the same. They're no different from you and me. But Because people will definitely give up their own morals and values just so they can be close to a celebrity.
Kill confirmed.
Enemy is close.
Secure enemy tags to confirm your kills.
Delayed.
Confirmed.
Reloading.
They have to appear like they have to appear that they're a good person for the market. They have to do that because they're a record label. Because the record label tells them to do that. All that because the record label's a bank. They own them. They tell them, listen, if we own you, we put money into you. You gotta act like this type of person. We're gonna change your whole appearance. You're gonna make the music that we want to make, that we want you to make, because we're paying you. And you gotta do it. Because they own you. When you sign a deal, they own you. Yes, they did. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. For some people, they're desperate. They went because before they didn't have anything in the beginning. They were broken, poor, didn't have a pot to piss in. And the only thing they're losing is the rights to their music. They will trade the bag over the rights. They would.
With you, mate.
And I heard a lot of YouTube artists, they're making more money than the artists, than the rappers themselves. Because I remember these record labels was desperate. They were signing in and everybody. They were signing YouTubers and TikTokers at one point. And SoundCloud rappers. Now they stopped doing that because they know their quality of music is not that good. Because they know all they know about is being a public figure, being a YouTuber. The only person that can get past that, can move past that and win that is DDG. He's the only YouTuber I know that is actually a really talented rapper. Now him and Crank Lucas, but Crank Lucas, he's been rapping before he even started doing comedy YouTube skits, but he's actually a good producer and a good rapper. How I know who Crank Lucas is? He literally, people don't know who Crank Lucas is because he worked with Joyner. He's funny. He's a funny comedian. Look him up. He's hilarious. He made a lot of different type of content. One of his beats that he freestyled and made a parody on, Joyner Lucas like made a song to it and bought it, and it got remixed by Will Smith called Will, and that's how he got famous. Yeah, because he's also a good producer. I think he has over like 700,000 subs.
Check your fire.
But he's also independent. He's not signed to a label or anything either. Because he knows how labels are. He's like, man, ain't no way, heck no, I don't want to get signed. Heck no. For some, but for some people that don't know nothing about marketing, maybe they should sign a deal if they don't know crap about marketing. If you don't know crap about marketing and promotion and promoting yourself and branding yourself, then you should sign a deal. Because then you can just focus on music. But if you're gonna do independent, you gotta focus on branding, marketing, branding yourself and marketing yourself. And try to get a fan base on top of that. And plus, everything like the music videos, the wardrobe, like the performances, booking gigs, all that's coming out of your pocket. You trying to get on playlisting People say playlisting, you can just submit to it. No, if you're going on major playlists, they're paying for it. It's payola. You want to be on Rap Caviar or whatever big name playlist on Apple Music or Spotify, you're gonna be paying. You're gonna be paying money for that. Because, you know, Spotify, they all lie and saying, oh, damn it. I think her phone died. Yeah, my bad.
Enemies close.
What happened? Yeah, because Spotify, they literally say that they're all about artists, and most of the people that's on editorial playlisting and algorithmic playlist is strictly because people choose the artist. No, they don't choose the artist. The record labels pay Spotify and Apple Music to put them on playlisting. But what I've heard also, which is also true, Apple Music pays more than Spotify does. The difference between Apple Music and Spotify, at least Spotify has numbers to show you that how much streams that the person has. Apple Music doesn't. I can definitely tell you this from experience. Tidal. Pandora. Yes, Pandora. Deezer. No, Deezer's big too. Deezer's actually like another one. Of course, Napster. I don't think people give a... Yes, but they're just a regular streaming platform, because before they got hit, they got sued by every single level you can think of. Because remember, there was the LimeWire before LimeWire ever existed. Then they cater down to the labels. Hey, what's up? It's me, Mario. How you doing? But at the same time, yeah. Like I said, because now Napster is just a streaming platform. They're not selling pirated bit music anymore. They're not sharing that no more. But it's the same thing with SoundCloud. SoundCloud was the same issue. SoundCloud, now the record label's on that now. That's just a streaming platform too. I mean, there's still some people. They got it by a chokehold. Yes, they run SoundCloud. Because before, people was sharing regular artist music and put it on SoundCloud. And that's how Warner Brothers, Sony, all the big name hitters and like all the big name major labels, they sued the hell. They was in and out of lawsuits in court against people from SoundCloud. They was getting sued up the butt. They was getting sued a lot. But like I said, now how it is, you can still come up on SoundCloud, but I don't understand why people still want to use SoundCloud. Because SoundCloud is so desperate, they're making a thing called SoundCloud for Artists, where you can literally like distribute your music, promote it, market it, this, that, and third. No one cares about SoundCloud. SoundCloud's been dead. The only time SoundCloud was popping was when we had XXXTentacion. We had Denzel Curry. Well, Denzel Curry's still big. He was big on SoundCloud, and that's how he is. Denzel Curry's a good rapper. Who else was big? Of course, Lil Pump, Smoke Perp. They were both known off of SoundCloud. They were both first known off of SoundCloud. But now people don't care about it. It was the same thing as Reverb Nation. How many people still go to Reverb Nation to listen to music, even though back then people used it? But not anymore. That thing is prehistoric. Yeah, the thing is a relic. Because back then, like when in order to get distribution, you have to sign to a record label or a major label. But nowadays, you don't have to. It's harder, and you may, because how technology is. Who put him in this spot was LimeWire. LimeWire pushed him to this point. LimeWire made them go digital because no one was physically buying music. I use LimeWire. I wasn't physically. The last album I ever bought, Jasmine, was Now I bought singles from because my mentor wanted me to buy singles from his artist to support him. I know I bought Mila J's record. She was good. Now, regular people, they don't buy albums anymore. They don't. Not unless you're country and K-pop. If you're country and K-pop, you'll still buy albums. Well, because country people, they would rather buy physical copies because they don't care for digital. Because they're old school. Because like they don't care about technology. A lot of people that's from the country, you know, yeah, because you know, Jasmine, they don't care about technology like that. They would rather just get a physical copy of a CD and then play it on a boombox. Man, mass majority of these people that I listen to, I do not really like physically buy their album. I don't care if it's J. Cole or even Kendrick, because most of their music, yes, they got substance with their music, but am I gonna jump up and down just to listen to their music and buy the records? No. But yeah, that's how it is, though. That's what happens, Jasmine. You know, they have AI voiceovers where you can literally, if you want to sound like Drake, you can. You can get an AI. You want a feature from Drake and Kanye? Get an AI, just put them on your beat and just release it like they actually did a song. And people actually did that, and that's how they actually had hit songs. Like one person's song blew up from doing that. And it was a random producer no one ever heard of. He just literally got an AI. He got an AI to literally make it sound like Kanye. Or pretty much or Nicki Minaj. They got an AI. Put him on